Calgary Flames trade rumors are intensifying as NHL Insider Frank Seravalli, who has been making his feelings heard tremendously about the Flames lately, has dropped a major trade report on Flames All-Star Nazem Kadri. This may be the closest we've been to an actual Kadri trade happening. We're going to get into all that and more in this video, but first I want to welcome you to Flames Digest. I'm Mark Griffith. If you're new around here and you love the Flames, make sure you subscribe so you can stay up to date on all the latest news, updates, reports, and rumors revolving around your Calgary Flames. We would love to welcome you to the Flames Digest family. Let's start by talking about yesterday's game. It was kind of funny timing when yesterday's video came out. It was in the middle of yesterday's game, but the Flames, I really can't, really decipher who this team is. Are they good? Are they bad? Lately, they've been scoring a lot lately, but still sit near the bottom of the standings. It is strange, but the Flames, on their road trip, they go into Florida, the team that's won the past two Stanley Cups, who we've given the Stanley Cup to by giving them Tkachuk and Bennett. We beat them 5-3, and the Flames fell behind 2-0 really early in this one, just like they did in the last game against Tampa, but this time they rallied. We got some, first goals of the season. We got some first goals of careers. Some players played really well, some players not so well, but if we take a look at the box score here, Devin Cooley, he has been the Flames' better goalie this year. There's no denying that. Cooley has been not only the Flames' best goalie, but one of the best goalies statistically in the entire NHL this year. Who saw that coming? Absolutely no one. There was, a conundrum coming into the season of if the Flames should pick up a different backup for Wolfie, but it seems like Cooley, he's making his way to being the number one guy for this team. That's why he was playing in this game against Florida, which is shocking, but he once again played well. Started off a little rough, just like the rest of the Flames, gave up 2 goals right away, but only gave up 3 goals on 40 shots to end the day. .925 save percentage there. Great game from him. Nazem Kadri, the man who we will be talking about a lot in this video, he got a goal and 2 assists. Joel Farabee stays super hot with, I believe it's his 5th goal in the last 5 games. He gets a goal and an assist. Weegs finally gets his first of the season in his old stomping grounds. Yan Kuznetsov gets his first career NHL goal, so a big congratulations to him. Frosty gets a goal despite being a -2 on the night. Rasmus Andersson increases that trade value or, contract value for him with a couple more assists. And then Coleman, Backlund, and Zeri, the reliable fellas there, all getting an assist as well. So, you know what? It was an entertaining game no matter what. And people are starting to kind of move away from Team Tank because it's just inevitable that this team will end up in the mushy middle like they always do. And this game, another piece of that, but we'll see how the Flames obviously do on the rest of their road trip. But no matter what, that was an entertaining game over the American Thanksgiving break. Now, let's get into the trade report here. And this is funny because I'd actually prepared almost this entire video yesterday to do, and then we got the official announcement of, the hockey executive team or hockey ops team all officially getting their, contract extensions, even though it was in place before the season. Really weird timing. If you missed yesterday's video, feel free to go watch it. But this is an interesting report here. So the article comes from NHL Trade Rumours, but it is Seravalli saying that the Flames won't have a choice but to trade Nazem Kadri. So that's a pretty big, report from a guy who, sure, he says certain things at times and doesn't please a lot of people, but saying the Flames won't have a choice but to trade Kadri is pretty crazy. So let's hop in. Trade rumors have swirled all season long as they continue to sit in 31st place overall in the NHL, obviously talking about the Flames. Among the names most prominently mentioned in buzz around the league is Nazem Kadri. The competitive, gritty center would be a game changer for many contenders going into the playoffs. But while we keep hearing that Kadri doesn't want to go anywhere and the Flames have no intention of trading him, insider Frank Seravalli said on the Kevin Karius show that undoubtedly is going to change as the sweepstakes really heat up and teams start to submit serious offers as we get closer to the trade deadline. Here is Frank's quote. He said, "I think the offers are going to be significant enough that they have to agree to trade him. I don't think that they entered this season thinking they were going to move him, but I think they're going to not have a choice," which you would think if it's up to Craig Conroy, yeah, he probably would be more open to trading away some of these veterans, really building for the future, getting those assets that he wants to build with. And I have a great quote from Craig later in this video. But it's interesting that Frank Seravalli is essentially saying they're not going to have a choice but to trade him. The offers are going to be just that good. So Seravalli doubled down on this with an appearance on Sportsnet's Big Show, and he said, "I'd say there's better than a 50-50 chance he's on the move." crazy. Seravalli certainly thinks Kadri's time in Calgary is nearing its end with a trade looming before the deadline. Now, why teams will pony up significant offers for Nazem Kadri? With his combination of aggressive play, scoring ability, and leadership qualities, teams who are ready to go all in this season will be all over this. And we've kind of been hearing about that for months at this point. It was talked about in the summer a little bit. I know the summer was, really just rained by Rasmus Andersson trade rumors, but we had Kadri ones as well. And as the season's gone on, they're definitely ramping up, as we know who's better teams essentially. So Kadri was a key part of the Stanley Cup winning Colorado Avalanche in 2022, and last season at the ripe old age of 34, he recorded a career high 35 goals with the Flames, and that's a team who couldn't score. This year, he has 18 points in 25 games. Now he's up to 21 points in 26 to lead the team, and is logging a career-high average ice time of over 20 minutes per night. Contending teams on the cusp of competing for a cup will have no trouble overlooking Kadri's age at 35 and remaining contract 3 more seasons after this one at $7 million in order to make a big pitch to Flames general manager Craig Conroy. Of course, with his 13-team no-trade list, Kadri still holds some of the cards. And that was an interesting report that we heard earlier as well, where that he even had, a 13-team no-trade clause. We thought it was full, but it's just 13 teams. But I don't think the money is quite that simple as this article says. I think the Flames could probably do some sort of, take a cap casualty on and to make what they get a little bit better. But it totally depends on who they trade him to. I could see the Avs trading for him again, but I don't think that's all that possible. Now, like I said, I do have a couple other quotes here. Now, first one here. So from the sheet, David Pagnotta says he's heard the team that are interested in Nazem Kadri are Montreal, Dallas, and now Florida. If Kadri is traded, it might have to be a summer thing. So that's what's interesting about this. Why say these teams are interested, but it might be in the summer? You would think some of these teams, if they want Kadri, they're going to go all in this year, not wait even longer, especially Dallas. Now, Dallas, of course, makes sense. Florida, no idea how they could make a trade work. What do they have to offer us? Sure, they can swindle their way into the money somehow. Montreal, it totally depends on how they do. They're beat up right now. I know they've been playing a little bit better lately, but that's a tough Atlantic division. I think we'll know more by March, but why wait until the summer? That one's, I guess a little bit interesting to me. Now, next quote is from Craig himself. This is such a key quote. So this is him on Flames Talk after the official announcement of the contract extensions for himself and Maloney, Nonis, and Pascal. So Conroy said, nothing's changed. The plan has always been we're going to have to build through the draft, which has been great so far, and trades, which he has also done a lot of. You think of Lindholm, you think of Tanev, Hanifin, even more, and potentially now, Kadri, Andersson. I think Craig Conroy is definitely down for some trades, but it's good that his vision has never, faltered at all. He's always stuck to his guns, and he has at least 2 more years of doing it, which I know fans are happy about. Last quote here is actually Eric Francis talking about Craig Conroy, but he said he's proven to be smart enough, patient enough, calculated enough to prove that it was the right choice. Obviously, extending him was the right choice, which is, I think most Flames fans will agree with that. You might not always agree with Eric Francis, but you'll probably agree with that quote there. But either way, I know Flames fans are quite happy that Conroy is back around, and we still buy into his vision. In Conroy, we trust. He's building for the future. He wants to bring a cup to Calgary. Calgary Flames, he cares about the hockey, not the money. We absolutely love him. Now let's get into the comment of the day to wrap up this video, as we love to do here on the channel. It comes from yesterday's video, of course, which was kind of about the Maloney situation and the official announcement of those, higher-ups getting their contracts. And David here says, what we are not seeing is the dust storm going on behind the scenes with the season ticket holders as the digging and the construction continues on house building. I don't believe this one is over, probably more than just a dust storm, talking about this whole mess that, you could say the owners have gotten into, especially Don Maloney being the president of Hockey Ops, just a train wreck lately. But there's probably a lot of stuff behind the scenes that we know nothing about. And sure, a lot of people are being harsh on Maloney specifically and maybe the owners, but it's not okay. What they've done so far this year has not been okay. So hopefully the dust storm will settle soon, but again, we wouldn't be shocked if it doesn't. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe to what you saw here today and have a wonderful rest of your day.